Welcome to Toronto, where the Toronto Blue Jays had one of the most exciting weekend series in their franchise history when they swept the Tampa Bay Rays in a 3-game series. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox are in town to take on the Blue Jays. Fans filing into the Rogers Center. It's always a much-anticipated matchup when the rivals from Boston come to town. Hello, everybody. I'm Buck Martinez along with Pat Tabler. And, Pat, we saw maybe the most exciting series in franchise history over the weekend as the Blue Jays swept the Tampa Bay Rays. And basically, when you really break it down, it was all about the great starting pitching.
It certainly starts there. And these young starters for the Blue Jays have been outstanding. We thought they were getting better, and they certainly have. The numbers really pointed out. The top four in the rotation, Morrow, Romero, Markham, and Cecil, combined 11-2 since the All-Star break. They're giving Cito Gaston lots of innings whenever they get out there. They're averaging about 7 innings every time they take the mound. And the one guy who has really stepped it up, I think, Ricky Romero. And in his last start, he was outstanding versus the New York Yankees. He gave up a hit early in the game to Teixeira. It looked like a changeup that was out over the plate against Teixeira, and he banged it for a home run. He would give up another infield single, and that was it. And one of the reasons why, he went back to his curveball. He has got such a good curveball. One of the things that Bruce Walton wanted to do was say, we got to throw more curveballs, and it certainly worked against the Yankees.
Yeah, he got nearly 30 curveballs in that ball game and really shut down a very potent Yankee attack for his third complete game of the season. He'll be matched up against Daisuke Matsuzaka. His first 7 games this year, and ERA closing in on 5.5. But boy, he's turned it around in his last 9.
We've talked about the injuries that the Red Sox have had. Well, Daisuke has spent a couple of stints on the disabled list, but since he came back from that forearm strain in June, he's been outstanding. He's not nibbling as much. He's throwing strikes. And for a pitcher like Daisuke Matsuzaka with great stuff, he needs to throw strikes.
Well, the Blue Jays hit 8 home runs on Saturday. That would run their total to 175 for the season. That's 70 more than the average in the big leagues. But there's more to the offense than just home runs. And for more on that, let's check in with Sam Cosentino.
Well, Buck, the bats in general have been on fire, so much so that we've had to stay away from them and distance ourselves. You look at the averages at 283, runners in scoring position at 270. That's enabled the Blue Jays to score 5.5 runs per game over that stretch and has led them to a 7-game over 500 mark. They hope to continue that here against the Red Sox beginning tonight.
You see all those home runs, and tonight J.P. Arencibia will be back in the lineup for his second start. First pitch he saw in the big leagues, he knocked out of the ballpark. And for good measure, he went deep a second time. 4 hits in his Major League debut and 2 home runs.
Jays on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by your local independently owned home hardware or home hardware building center. Homeowners helping homeowners.
Back at the Rogers Center, it's the first game between the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays in this three-game series. Toronto trying to build upon the momentum they gathered behind that guy, Brandon Morrow, on Sunday afternoon. What a terrific start for Morrow, one of the best in Blue Jays history. 17 strikeouts, just one hit allowed.
Yeah, I know Dave Steve had the no-hitter, but Brandon Morrow was right there with him. He had everything working. The struck out the side in the first. Zobers, Crawford, Longoria, very good hitters, taken down. And then the play by Vernon Wells in center field goes all the way back, gives up his body to give up, to pick the out in the books. Wells had to leave the game, and then in the ninth inning, the ground ball that just eludes Aaron Hill for the game's only hit for Tampa Bay, and Morrow comes back with number 17, high heat to finish it off.
Brandon Morrow truly becoming one of the premier young pitchers in all of baseball. J.P. Arencibia makes his second start in his big league career. He, too, had a big splash debut here on Saturday. He had 2 home runs and knocked out 4 hits in his major league debut, including a home run on the first pitch he saw in the big leagues.
So much excitement over the weekend with this young team, the young stars really starting to come out, and it's so much fun to watch these guys. And whenever you see young players in their first game get a hit their first time up, you feel good for them. And Arencibia, what a show he put on Saturday.
Long anticipated arrival. Terry Francona's team coming off a 4-game split against the Yankees in New York. Let's check out their lineup. They have been beset by injuries, but Adrian Beltre over his last 10 games continues to swing a red hot bat. 3 homers and 10 RBIs for Beltre, and this team is getting closer and closer to being healthy. There you see Victor Martinez on Beltre's left. He is finally back from that broken thumb. They're going to get Dustin Pedroia back probably next Tuesday. And don't look now, but the Red Sox are only 6 games behind the Yankees.
What a job Terry Francona has done with this team, managing his club through all the injuries. They are just 6 games behind the Yankees. Ricky Romero, his last time against the Yankees, really baffled him. 1 walk and 2 hits, a 2-run home run and an infield single. That was it for the Yankees. Retired the final 15 in a row and just got better and better as that game went along.
Marco Scudero will lead things off, takes the fastball up and away. Scudero, the former Blue Jay, in his first season with the Red Sox, been a pretty good one. He has scuffled of late, though, hitting just over 100.
Fits in perfectly for what the Boston Red Sox do. They see a lot of pitches, really work the count. He's got a very high on-base percentage. But if you make a mistake and you throw one of those get-me-over fastballs, he's got enough power to knock it out of the ballpark.
Hit 281 against left-handed pitching this year. And Ricky Romero is not your just run-of-the-mill left-hander. He's got a lot of weapons to use against you. That cutter misses down and in. 2 balls and a strike.
I love what Ricky Romero was saying after that start in New York when he beat the Yankees last Tuesday. He said, I didn't let anything rattle me. Just went out there and did my job, something that he's been doing very good the second half.
Backhanded by Encarnacion across the diamond. First out of the ball game.
Let's quickly take a look at the defense that Cito Gaston sends out there tonight for Toronto. Travis Snyder gets the start in left field. Fred Lewis takes over in center field with Vernon Wells out of the lineup. Jose Bautista stationed in right field. Late scratch right before the game. Junel Escobar came up with a groin problem, so Johnny Mack will get the start at shortstop tonight.
There's a fastball for a strike to J.D. Drew. Drew hitting second tonight. He, too, like Scudero, struggling over his last 10 games. Just missed upstairs with the fastball. And breaking ball, but it broke around the plate. Looked like that curveball could have caught a part of the plate. 2 balls and a strike to J.D. Drew. Popped up center field. Fred Lewis coming in shallow center. Now the wind blows it over to his right, but he stays with it for the second out.
There is Escobar, who was in the lineup originally, took batting practice. This is what happened in the game as he went from first to third on an infield ground out by Jose Bautista. Came up a little lame after the game. Was trying to get back into the lineup today. Again, he was in the lineup and then was pulled right before the game.
Not thought to be serious. Kind of had a little bit of a knee problem that he kind of tweaked on that hard slide, and he was in the lineup initially, but during batting practice it was felt probably better that he sits out. Victor Martinez takes the first pitch strike. Martinez, the switch hitter, batting right-handed against Ricky Romero.
And he has really worn out lefties this year. Victor Martinez up over 400 with 6 of his 10 home runs versus left-handed pitching this season.
Oh, and 2. Martinez lays off the high fastball. Romero's not had much success against this tough Boston lineup. Last time he faced him, he lasted just 2 1/3. But since then, he's had 4 real good starts. Gone 3-1 in those 4 starts. A ball and 2 strikes. Popped up right side of the infield. Hill back. Now Bautista calls him off, and the right fielder makes the catch. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Ricky Romero. Jays will bat bottom of the first. Bautista for the last 2 weeks has been on fire. A .413 average, including 8 home runs and 19 RBI, but Bautista's average up to .260. He's had great at-bats of late, and this is with the whole world of baseball focused in on trying to shut him down. His average has really gotten better as the season's gone on.
It certainly has, and he's made every hitter, I think, around him better because of the production that he has had in the middle of that lineup. That's the team that Daisuke Matsusaka will match up against tonight. 8-3 with a .396 earned run average. Coming off another solid outing. Daisuke has won 7 straight over the Blue Jays. A 2.08 earned run average versus Toronto this season. 6-0 in his last starts versus them. And the Sox have won each time he has taken the mound against Toronto.
Fred Lewis starts things off for the Blue Jays. Takes a look at an inside fastball. 28 doubles, that's among the best in the American League for leadoff hitters. He's a guy that can disrupt the game with his first at bat. Popped it out of play over the Blue Jays dugout. Fred Lewis in center field tonight. Vernon Wells dislocated his big toe, making a great catch in center field off the bat of Ben Zobrist on Sunday. Vernon took BP today, and I don't think it's going to be a long time until he's back in the lineup. He might even play tomorrow.
According to his manager today, he wanted to play tonight. George Poulos and his staff designing a way to tape up that foot so it relieves the pressure of that toe area whenever he's running or hitting. Cito said he wouldn't be surprised if he puts him in the lineup tomorrow at some spot.
A ball and 2 strikes. Another foul back. Matsuzaka, we talked about how well he has thrown over his last 9 games. He is healthy again. He's got a little more velocity on his fastball, and he's using his fastball much more aggressively of late.
The thing about Matsuzaka, he's got so many pitches. He's got the breaking balls, the sliders, the changeup, the curveball, splitter, a little bit of everything. But you've always got to be able to pitch off your fastball. And when you do that, I think it sets up everything else that you have in your command. Talking to some of the Red Sox people today, I asked them, what's up with Matsuzaka? How come he's pitching so well? He's throwing more strikes. He's being a little bit more aggressive, and he's not nibbling. That was always the problem with Matsuzaka. Case against him when he nibbles too much, and when he's got great stuff, you don't need to do that.
2-2 to Lewis. Got him. Swinging strikeout for Matsuzaka. Looked like the cut fastball down and in. Does the trick against Fred Lewis.
Let's take a look at the scouting report for Daisuke Matsuzaka. Many choices. Fastball, slider, curve, split. He's got the change, a little bit of everything. And he really likes it here at Rogers Center. The best earned run average of any AL East opponent. 4 stars at 2.77. And he's a fly ball pitcher. Now, that could be dangerous tonight with the fly ball hitters that the Blue Jays have.
Travis Snyder takes the first pitch fastball on the outside corner. Snyder was initially in the lineup in the 9th spot, but when Escobar was scratched out of the number 2 hole, Snyder moved up. Another cut fastball off the plate and fouled out of play. Good numbers since he has rejoined this ball club. He came up from Double-A. New Hampshire, where he did most of his rehab work. Hit a home run and driven in 3. That cut fastball is pretty effective in the early going.
What a cut fastball does for a hitter, it looks like he is throwing a straight fastball, and as it gets closer towards the plate, it just moves off the hitting plane for the hitter, so you can't square it up as easily. It's a pitch that has become very popular over the last few years.
Matsuzaka ahead, bounces the breaking ball into dirt, blocked by Martinez. Snyder has led off for Cito Gaston over the weekend. On Saturday was in the leadoff spot, had a couple of walks in that game. He's 22 years old, a lot of upside for Travis Snyder. Good fastball, 94. Racks up his second strikeout. Snyder down swinging as well.
You mentioned about pitching off the fastball. That certainly looks like what he's going to do tonight. Tries to elevate it against Snyder. It's not where he wanted it. He wanted that one up around the letter. But good enough as Daisuke picks up his second strikeout.
It's always a test to see 2 good hitting ball clubs like we have in tonight's game and how they match up against tough pitchers. Here's a good hitter against a tough pitcher. Jose Bautista in his last 13 games, big numbers. 8 homers and 19 driven in. It's the most aggressive I have seen Mike Daisuke with his fastball.
Using it early and often in the sequences against these Blue Jay hitters. Maybe it takes just a few years to figure out, you know what, your stuff is pretty nasty. You don't have to go up there and trick guys. Use that good stuff that you have, and his stuff is outstanding.
0-2. Swing and a strikeout. Foul tip held on by Martinez. Daisuke Matsuzaka strikes out the side in the first using a good fastball. We're scoreless after one.
Jays at Blue Jays looking for an MVT. That's rated most valuable Twitter. Participate and help decide which follower will be tonight's winner. Submit your questions on Twitter at Blue Jays. Buck or Pat will answer your questions. There's great prizes to be won, and there's a prize for the most valuable tweeter. You can win a suite for you and 9 friends, as well as a Blue Jays prize package, so make sure you get in on that. And guys, not to be confused with the most valuable twit.
I'm not touching that one, Sammy. David Ortiz has the count in his favor. 2 balls and no strikes leading off the second. Ortiz with 24 homers and 73 driven in. Broken bat, fly ball, left field line. Snyder will run out of room.
Red Sox will have some decisions to make on David Ortiz after this season. He has come on to have a very good year. You mentioned the production, 24 home runs, 73 RBIs. Do they pick up the option that he has next year and bring him back for another season?
Off-speed pitch ties up Ortiz. Romero has evened the count of 2-2. He'll be 35 years old next year. And that's really not that old, but the last 2 seasons, the start he has gotten off to, may be a little bit of a red flag for the Red Sox.
You see the shift on the right side. Still a lot of respect for Ortiz.
That one's not going to get caught. Fred Lewis will have to play it off the wall. Ortiz headed for second base. It's the leadoff double. The shift can't stop Ortiz.
Red flag or not, the guy can still swing that pole when he is up there. And if you elevate a pitch like Romero did, he wanted this one down and away, and it's over the heart of plate and up. Still got that great bat speed, and he splits Fred Lewis and Jose Bautista for extra bases.
23 doubles to go along with 24 home runs. Adrian Beltre has been the most consistent Red Sox hitter all year long. Had his 14-game hit streak snapped last night in New York. Ran 0 for 4. It's his longest hit streak since 2008 when he had a 15-game streak, but he has put up big numbers over his last 27 games. There's a drive to the gap in left center. Snyder won't get this. Ortiz is headed for home. David Ortiz will score the first run of the ball game. It's back-to-back doubles for Boston, and they take a 1-0 lead.
Number 35 for Beltre, and if you're going to throw him up and in like that, you have got to get it way up or way in because he is so quick. Watch Beltre again. Romero misses his spots, and he muscles that ball into left center field for the 35th time this year. Extra bases. RBI number 76 for Beltre, and the Red Sox score first.
That swing was very reminiscent of Vladimir Guerrero, the way he opened up and just slashed at it, but was able to drive it to the wall in left center. Mike Lowell now with nobody out. Takes the first pitch fastball for a strike. Lowell has just rejoined the ball club coming off the disabled list. He returned from the DL on Tuesday and launched the first pitch he saw for a 2-run home run. Right back up the middle. Aaron Hill behind second has plenty of time to throw out Mike Lowell. Beltre will move to third. It'll be interesting to see how Cito Gaston chooses to play the infield here early in this ball game. John McDonald, the shortstop, looking in at the dugout. And Bill Hall will be the batter, and they will play in, trying to cut down the run at the plate.
Yeah, it looks like the right side is playing halfway, and the left side is going to play in against Hall.
Good pitch for a fastball strike.
We were commenting the other day about the Boston Red Sox and the production they are getting from some people they probably didn't think they would at the beginning of the season. Bill Hall is having a great year for him. The average isn't very good at 242, but the production is outstanding in just over 200 at bats. 13 home runs.
Bounce foul to plate. And if you were going to think that you might have to address the numerous injuries the Red Sox have had over the course of the year, Bill Hall would be perfectly suited to fill in the gaps. He has started at second, third, short, left, center, and right.
That'll make up for some injuries. And he swung a very good bat for him.
0-2, strike three, got him. Ricky Romero with a big bender gets Bill Hall with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs.
And I think that curveball is going to be big again tonight. The scouting report for Romero. Fluid motion, and I think that's something that they have tried to work out. Nothing really hard or exaggerated. Strikes with many of his pitches, the fastball, the curve, the cutter, and the change, and using that curveball more, I think is very important because it's so good for Romero.
Jed Lowry, the second baseman, takes a pitch down out of the zone. Lowry, a switch hitter, hitting right-handed against Ricky Romero. One and one. Curveball on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the second. The Red Sox have broken on top 1-0 with back-to-back doubles against Ricky Romero. Curveball lifted into right center. Long run for Fred Lewis, and he's not going to get it. 1 hop off the warning track, out of the ballpark, a ground rule double. Beltre comes in to score the second run of the inning. The Sox have connected for 3 doubles here in the second.
And it's gotten them 2 runs. A curveball again from Romero. Lowry picks this one out. It looked like it was more of a hanger. He wanted that one down in the dirt if possible. Lowry with some good power the other way. No chance for either Bautista or Fred Lewis to get that one as Romero gives up another 2-out hit.
Just the 5th double for Lowry. Now Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury, he too plagued by injuries all year long, had fractured ribs. Has missed most of the season. Line drive, base hit into center field. Here comes Lowry around third to throw from Fred Lewis. Hits the mound and bounces high. Into second base is Ellsbury. The Red Sox have jumped on Ricky Romero here in the second.
2-out hits playing a big part of it. 2-out hits with runners in scoring position. Ellsbury bangs the ball to center field. This is a team that's hitting .267 with runners in scoring position. The throw from Lewis hits the mound and bounces up. It looked like he had a shot at it. Comes hard, charges quickly. Watch where it hits on the mound. And as soon as it did that, no chance to get Lowry. No chance on the other end to get Ellsbury. He scores, gets into scoring position.
One of the challenges for center fielders is getting that ball over the mound and make it a clean hop to home. That time it hit the mound and they had no chance. So Scudero will bat for a second time. Looks like he may have crossed up J.P. Arancibia there. Looks like Arancibia anticipated something other than that pitch and kind of boxed it up. A ball and no strikes on the Red Sox shortstop. Arancibia making just his second big league start behind the plate. John Buck, of course, on the disabled list with that lacerated thumb. Arancibia made his debut on Saturday, and a historic debut it was. 2 balls and no strikes. 3-0. This is where the experience factors in. Jose Molina, John Buck would be out there to talk to Ricky Romero, try to formulate a plan to get through this inning.
Well, one of the things that they can do with it right now, he's looking a little anxious, a little bit too quick right now, like he wants to finish this thing off. Oh, come on, boom, 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 let's go. Take a deep breath, think about each pitch, make a good pitch. You do that, you're going to be fine. You'll get out of the inning. If you start rushing everything, then your motion starts rushing, and then the pitchers are up in the strike zone, which they've happened this inning.
3-1 to Scudero. There's a strike at the knees. It'll be a full count. Ellsbury at second. Romero steps out. Wants a new sign. Fly ball center field. Fred Lewis back and will make the catch. Romero gets out of it. But the Red Sox combined for 3 runs on 4 hits. Blue Jays got some work to do. Aaron Hill will lead things off. He had a big weekend. He's batting 4th to that. Blue Jays trail 3-0.
including a new HD Quadron TV and Blu-ray player. Enter online at hitahomerunwithsharp.ca. Sharp Aquos. With Quadron technology, you have to see it to see it.
Cape Fear and Sebia making his second start. I'm sure a little frustrated with that inning. Red Sox hit 3 doubles in the inning, scored 3 runs. Talking with his pitching coach, Bruce Walton. Aaron Hill will try to get the Blue Jays back in this ball game early on. Daisuke Matsuzaka struck out the side in the first.
Throwing lots and lots of strikes is Matsuzaka. When he was struggling, you would get 80, 90 pitches in 5 innings, a lot of 3-2 counts. But tonight so far, it's one right after another strike.
So he's throwing quality strikes too. They're on the corners. They're in good spots. He's keeping the ball down, but really has great finish to that fastball.
Certainly does, and with that great cutter that he is showing tonight, that's going to be tough on both the lefties and the righties.
Drive to left field. This ball is hit a ton. Ellsbury back at the warning track, and he's got room and will haul it in. Aaron Hill gave it a ride, but it ran out of steam on the warning track in left center.
Got to hit that one in Fenway Park. That's a long one right there. But here at Rogers Center, probably the deepest part of the ballpark. Left center field here, right in front of that auxiliary scoreboard. Tonight's cleanup hitter, Aaron Hill, sends Ellsbury to the track.
Adam Lind will step in on a mini 3-game hit streak. Nothing but fastballs early on. Get it ready, boys. That's what you're going to get.
He's been around long enough, Matsusaka, where maybe the first time through I'll show you fastballs and then start using your off-speed pitch. But he knows that this team likes to swing early and often. I like the idea of what he's doing.
Until they show that they can hit it, stay with it. Matsuzaka ahead, 0-1. Straightens up Lind with a fastball. Chased a high fastball and fouls it back. Daisuke turns 30 on September 13th. Came over to the Boston Red Sox in 2007. He was the most dominant pitcher for the Cebu Lions in the Japanese Professional League. Fly ball left field. This ball is hit a ton. This ball is gone. Home run, Adam Lind. Number 16 on the season. And the Blue Jays continue to pound out the homers.
And that is the Adam Lind that we saw last year. High fastballs up and away, wait on it and get on top of it. Daisuke doubles up with a high fastball. He got him to swing through it last pitch. This time Adam Lind stays back just a little bit more and knocks it out for the home run.
16 homers, 51 driven in now for Lind. Edwin Encarnacion, the third baseman, rips the first pitch right to Beltre at third.
You could win an all-new Honda CRZ and other great prizes when you vote for the Honda Play of the Month. Vote today at BlueJays.com.
2 outs here, bottom of the second. Red Sox lead it 3-1. Lyle Overbay has really put together a decent second half to his season. His average now a respectable .250. Batting with 2 outs. First pitch fastball again. Daisuke hasn't shied away from the fastball after the home run.
Yeah, not afraid to go right back through it. against the left-hander. He has handled left-handers this year. 222 average for Daisuke Matsusaka versus the lefties. Not afraid to go there with that fastball.
Overbay a little bit late on that fastball. 0-2. Outside.
You faced pitchers before who have that little hesitation. Louis Tiant had a little something like that. Gustavo Chacin. Matsusaka really stays back in his windup. I think that has an effect on hitters.
Must have something to do with your timing, because he makes you wait. Now he's going to get a new sign. It's not unlike Hideo Nomo. First came over here with the Dodgers. He too pitched for the Red Sox. Nomo had his hands high over his head and kind of rocked as if he were trying to find his balance point. I think that's the same that Matsusaka does here. He and Victor having a tough time getting together. He hasn't thrown much other than the fastball tonight, and Victor wasn't quite sure what he wanted. Daisuke had something clearly on his mind, yes, because he told Victor exactly what he wanted to do.
Shook him off a couple of times before he's had to go out there to get what he wants. I think it can disrupt the timing of a hitter. When you sit back there and you hold right there, you're just waiting for that pitch now.
Outside, took something off.
Pitchers can move like that, but as a hitter, you take your warm-up swings and you get ready, then you get into your launching position, and now you've got to sit there and wait and wait and wait. Maybe you take a few extra practice swings while he is back in that hold mode right there.
Off the plate inside with a good fastball. It's a full count. J.P. Arencibia on deck. Blue Jays have scored a run here in the second. The 16th home run of the season by Adam Lind.
Overbay has a way of getting ready. Look at that. Just waiting back.
Wait back, and it's a rocket down the right field line. That ball is off the wall, in play. Overbay around first, headed for second. A two-out double for Lyle Overbay. He timed it perfectly.
He certainly did. He put the bat on his shoulder. He waited back as Matsusaka was getting ready. And then once he delivered, that's when Overbay started moving, and it all worked perfectly together. Watch Overbay lay back. Here's a fastball, and the hands just ripped through the ball. Right down the line for extra bases.
And J.P. Arencibia, quickly a hero here in Toronto after his 4-hit, 2-home run performance on Saturday. His second start of his big league career. Got a good fastball.
I asked him how he felt the first time he went into the batter's box, and he said, surprisingly, I was relaxed. I was very confident. I knew what I wanted to do. There was a runner at second base and nobody out, so you figure they're going to try and fillet one over to the right side. He said, you know what, I'm going to take one shot here if they throw a fastball in, and it worked out nicely for him.
But if he's been watching, he's got to think he's going to get a fastball. And he's a pretty good fastball hitter. His second big league home run was an opposite field shot over the wall in right. A ball and a strike. Overbay at second. 2 outs. Red Sox scored 3 in their half of the inning. Blue Jays have answered with a run. Breaking ball, hanger, and Arencibia just missed it.
First time that he has seen him, so the curveball looks foreign to him. This is where Matsusaka has been so tough this year. Why he has a winning record. 2 outs, runners in scoring position. He's only given up 5 hits all season long, a 135 average.
2-2, 2 outs. Fouled straight back. J.P. Arancibia with a 2-2 count, runner in scoring position. 2 outs here in the second. Daisuke and Victor Martinez still having trouble getting their heads together.
When you sit down in those meetings, they say, okay, here's the hitter, here's his strengths, here's his weakness. When you have 2 strikes on him, this is what we're going to go to. But right now, clearly, Victor Martinez has a different idea than what Matsusaka wants to do here.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Daisuke Matsuzaka strands a base runner at second. He has 4 strikeouts on the night. But Adam Lynn gets the Jays on the board. His opposite field home run makes it a 3-1 ball game. Number 16 on the season for Lynn.
Days continues. We have our Twitter question of the game, and this one is for Pat Tabler. It's brought to you by @ISM Ryan asks, why don't the Jays play small ball? Is it because dingers put the fans in the stands? Pat?
Well, first of all, you see all my laundry hanging out of my room today. My wife did all our wash today. So why don't the Jays play small ball? Because they're not built like that. They're not built to play small ball. And if you're talking about small ball in the terms of bunting and hitting and running, I think they can do that a little bit more now with the speed that they have and Emilio Escobar. But small ball also consists of stealing a lot of bases, and they don't have those type of players in their lineup. They are built to turn and burn.
J.D. Drew has the count in his favor. 2 balls and no strikes as he faces Ricky Romero here in the third. Bouncing ball to second. Hill has it. Easy play to Overbay. 1 down. Well, you talk about the style of play, and you know, Cito Gaston has always been a proponent of you kind of play the game that's really kind of the profile of your players. And if you don't have guys that can run, when he had his World Series championship back-to-back teams, they had athletes all over the field. Great speed, good base runners. Devon White, Robbie Alomar is like a track meet, top of the order.
How about when Paul Molitor was here? Those 3 guys.
First to third, I mean, constantly. And that's what Alex Anthopoulos hopes to get back to. Victor Martinez popped up in the first inning. Takes a first pitch strike.
It's a lot like a college basketball team if they're built with big guys where you don't run and press the whole field. Or if you have a bunch of small guys, you don't try and dump it in and that kind of stuff. So you're built a certain way. Your style of play has got to be the same way. And Cito Gaston has said it all season long from the first day of spring training. My team is built around power. That's how we're going to score a lot of runs this year.
One pitch to Victor Martinez. Change up, down and away. And that's what you have to do. You look at the Red Sox, and they were basically tailored to their ballpark for many, many years. You think of the great teams with Yaz and Jim Rice and Fred Lynn and Dwight Evans, a lot of power, Butch Hobson. But they, too, have had more speed in their lineup with Jacoby Ellsbury in his 70 steal season a year ago. The game is transitioning back to pitching and defense.
And filling your team with lots of athletes. And that's one thing that Alex Anthopoulos said that he wanted to do as the season went along. I like to get a little bit more athletic with my team.
A shot into left field off the bat of Victor Martinez. Travis Snyder gets over and gets it back in. A ringing single to left. Enjoying those big comfy chairs in the TD Canada Trust Comfort Zone, Toronto Argonauts quarterback Cleo Lemon. Cleo and his friends are courtesy of TD Bank. They're enjoying those comfy seats, and Cleo threw out the first pitch today, and I have to tell you, he threw a strike.
I saw him walking out there. I didn't see his windup, though. I got busy with something else. Did he look good?
Yeah, he did. He looked good, and he didn't have anybody chasing him. Martinez is at first with one out. David Ortiz doubled and scored in his first at bat. Red Sox hit 3 doubles in the second inning. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. With the runner at first base, a dramatic defense change with Ortiz at the plate.
How do they turn a double play on a ground ball to the right side? Is it going to be Edwin Encarnacion coming over, making like a shortstop to make the play? John McDonald, tonight's regular shortstop, playing a straightaway second base. That's not foreign to him, but Edwin Encarnacion turning the double play is.
Encarnacion obviously will have the comebacker to Ricky Romero, and you would think anything to hit to any of the 3 defenders on the right side, Encarnacion's going to get the ball at second. Little looper that's going to drop for a base hit inside the line. Martinez around second. Snyder gets over quickly and gloves it back into the infield, and David Ortiz has his second double of the night.
Well, one way to beat the shift is to go the other way. Something that David Ortiz hasn't done a lot of. But it's another curveball down and away right off the end of the bat. A looping liner down the left field line. Look at that inside out. And he keeps it fair. There's all kind of room for Snyder as he's got to come and get that ball. Cuts it off and gets it back quickly to hold Martinez at third base. 2 doubles now for Ortiz, and the Red Sox back in business once again.
And again, they're now going to walk Adrian Beltre with the base open at first base. Put the double play in order. Martinez at third, Ortiz at second, and they'll put Beltre on at first. They got back-to-back right-handed hitters in the lineup in Beltre and Mike Lowell. And with one out, you're hopeful of putting yourself in a double play situation and getting out of this inning.
Good news, bad news in the situation that's coming up. Mike Lowell has just tattooed the Blue Jays in his career. 322 average. 6th best among active players with a minimum of 150 plate appearances. So he's always hit the Blue Jays well. But if you get the ball on the ground, you've got a chance to get out of it with a double play.
Here's where Romero and Aaron Sebia really have to do a good job of creating some movement on his fastball and getting the changeup down in the zone. Trying to get the ball off the sweet spot.
Off the sweet spot and making Lowell reach for the ball. Whenever a batter has to reach for the ball, chances are they're going to get it on the ground, and that's what they're looking for right now.
Bases are loaded for Mike Lowell. He takes the first pitch strike. 8 grand slams and a .299 career average for Mike Lowell with the bases loaded. Down and in, made him move his feet. 1-1.
He's got great movement on all of his pitches. Sometimes too much good movement. 15 wild pitches this year.
Just foul down the third base line. That's where you want the pitch in this at bat. Something down that Lowell's got to reach for.
He's also done a good job of getting batters to hit into double play. 16 times batters have rolled into a double play when Ricky Romero was on the mound. A lot of times with that fastball to the right-handers where he turns it over.
Reached for that off-speed pitch and popped it back into the seats. There's a temptation now, I would believe, to try to bust Lowell inside. They got him reaching. He's going after that down and away pitch. Romero's got a pitch or two to work with. A ball and 2 strikes. Good block by Aaron Sevilla.
First time we've had a chance to watch J.P. Arencibia block ball. That's picture perfect right there. Just get in front of it and try and keep it in front of you.
2-2 to Mike Lowell. Drive into left field. Travis Snyder will make the catch. Victor Martinez tags at third. He'll come in to score. Mike Lowell delivers the sac fly. It's 4-1 Boston.
Well, they did go in there after a couple of change-ups that were off the plate. They tried to slip a fastball by him, but Mike Lowell's a veteran hitter. He'll change his swing when he gets to 2 strikes, shorten things up just a little bit more, anticipating the ball in there. And with that good short swing, he powers it to left field for the sacrifice fly.
All he had on his mind was getting a ball to the outfield. And he picks up that extra run. So there are 2 outs now for Bill Hall. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. Mike Lowell, the veteran. You know you don't have to worry about him panicking in those situations. He's going to get a ball that he can drive and at least pick up that 1 run.
He's been around for so long. He's hit in those situations before. Nothing really phases him. You have like a 6th sense when you're up there with 2 strikes, what the pitcher's trying to do to you.
Good pitch from Romero, really jams Bill Hall. 13 home runs, pretty good production, like Pat mentioned, for a guy that's not a regular starter but has to get his at-bats moving all over the field.
Yeah, and when you do that, when you move around the field like that, sometimes it can take away from what you try to do offensively. You're thinking about playing left field one day, second base the next, then right, then third, then the other outfield. And you think about that. Hasn't hurt him, though, offensively.
0-2 pitch. Checked his swing. Here's where Romero has to get back and think about executing pitches, not trying to muscle his way through this situation.
Didn't see that one time in his start in New York. He was so fluid, so under control, no panic in him. He just stood out there and made pitches against the Yankees for 9 innings.
Two and two. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Red Sox have scored a run here in the third. The 2-2 pitch to Bill Hall. Bounced right back to Romero. Rights himself and retires Hall to end the inning. But the Red Sox add another run. The sac fly by Mike Lowell has put Boston up 4-1.
The Jays on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by your local independently owned home hardware or home hardware building center. Homeowners helping homeowners.
Ricky Romero and John Buck having a conversation on the bench after the last half inning. J.P. Arencibia will sit down and get involved as well. And John Buck's done a great job with this young pitching staff. He and Jose Molina have really worked hard to bring the best out of the young pitchers, and now he's trying to pass that along to J.P. Arencibia since he has joined this ball club. If I was J.P. Arencibia, between every inning, that's the guy I would go and sit next to, him or Jose Molina. I don't know which one is in the dugout and which one's in the bullpen tonight, but I'd go sit there and say, this is what we were trying to do this inning. What did we do wrong? Right. And you know what? That's great advice. Just sit down there and pick your brains. John McDonald would start things off here in the third inning. Takes a first pitch ball from Daisuke and ducks away from an inside heater. McDonald, a late addition to the lineup when Yunel Escobar was scratched just before the game. McDonald making just his 5th start of the season at shortstop. They have gotten wonderful play by the shortstop position this year of the Blue Jays. Alex Gonzalez, what a first half he had. Well, they've kept it going after he was traded to the Atlanta Braves. Escobar has been fun to watch night in and night out. But Johnny Mack hasn't had a chance to show off what he can do with his glove. 3 balls and a strike. Let's go, says Martinez. Bring the heater. Leadoff walk here in the third. Now the Blue Jays will take a second look at Daisuke Matsuzaka with McDonald at first and nobody out. First time through the order, Matsuzaka used a steady diet of fastballs. Up and away. Quickly, Martinez out to talk to Daisuke. There's the difference. A veteran catcher and a young catcher. He's going to go out there. Maybe he sees something from Matsuzaka. Victor Martinez has always been very good at that. Another coach on the field. You can pump them up. You can see something in their wind up the delivery. It doesn't hurt that he caught C.C. Sabathia and Cliff Lee either. Not too shabby. So he's got credentials. Maybe you see that their front shoulder is opening up a little bit too much, and that's why the ball's flying out of there. Something like that. You can be a pitching coach if you have to. Fastball at the knees. A ball and a strike. But in talking about handling a veteran pitcher like Daisuke, and obviously there's the cultural adjustment that he's had to go through. In Japan, he pitched just once a week. You can see he is still working with that fastball. He's using it, but now it's starting to leak up and out of the strike zone. Maybe you try to throw it a little bit too hard. I think that's where Victor Martinez is saying, hey, slow down just a little bit. Let's work down in the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike to Lewis. Off the plate. Blue Jays doing a good job here with McDonald and Lewis not chasing that close fastball. John McDonald at first with the walk. Here it comes again. Popped him up over toward the Blue Jays dugout. Martinez gives it a look, but it's out of play. When you are looking for a fastball 3-1 and you foul it back the other way, you're not ready. You got to get ready just a little bit earlier.
That is one of the big things that Cito Gaston, Dwayne Murphy preach to their hitters day in and day out. If you're in a fastball count and you foul it the other way, you got to get ready a little bit earlier.
Cito always hollered that to his hitters when he was a hitting coach. After a swing like that, he'd holler out, "Hey, get it ready."
Because you know the fastball's coming. You got to hit it out in front. Turn it up a notch and get it started earlier.
Full count to Lewis. Back-to-back walks to start the third. Dangerous territory for Matsuzaka.
Yeah, you're playing with fire when you walk the number 9 hitter and the leadoff hitter. Now you're going to face the big home run boys, and that's why John Farrell, the pitching coach for the Red Sox, is out there.
You see what he said when he first got out there. Okay, no problem, no problem. He's trying to maintain a positive attitude, and that's the last thing that pitching coach will do, come out there and say, "Hey, what's going on out here?" And how many times have we talked to Bruce Walton about his approach when he goes to the mound? Hey, no problem here. Make a good pitch. We'll get a double play.
Positive. I think you have to show that you're a very positive person. And don't show any panic in your voice, because the ball player will pick up on that, and it'll show in his results also.
Travis Snider struck out on a fastball his first time up. Part of a 3-strikeout first inning for Matsuzaka. Another close pitch taken by the Blue Jays. Boy, it is so difficult when you know you're getting one pitch and you see the fastball. You really got to concentrate on making sure you get a good pitch. Swing and a drive. This ball is heaven. You can forget about it. Home run, Travis Snider.
Boy, did he get ready on that one. He's looking fastball, dead red, low ball, and that ball was crushed to right field by Snider. Covered with tremendous sound to right field, and Travis knows he got that one. That's how you get ready to hit a fastball.
He got the head out. 4-4. We start all over. There's a breaking ball for a strike to Bautista. Number 8 for Snider. Second Blue Jays homer of the night.
That's one thing that'll just drive managers and pitching coaches crazy, when you're walking the guys right in front of the big home run hitter. You don't even have a chance to defend them. The next thing you know, the tying runs at the plate.
Number 9 hitter and then the leadoff hitter. Set the table for the big boys. A little bit of emotion here at Rogers Center from the fans.
This is not the pitcher we saw in the first inning. First inning, he was heating everything with that fastball. Struck out the side. And ever since the home run by Lind, he's been a different pitcher.
Breaking ball evens the count at 2-2. Two to Bautista. Swinging a drive to left center. That ball is hit. Ellsbury on the track, runs it down. Fine running catch by the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. Robs Bautista of an extra base hit.
Well, there is only 2 players in the whole ballpark who can make this play. One of them is hurt right now with a toe injury, and the other one runs down this ball. Great speed by Ellsbury. Got a great jump. And like a wide receiver going deep on the bomb, just runs underneath that one beautifully for the first out.
That is the first out of the inning. Ellsbury just returning to the lineup and now back in his natural center field. Started the season in left. Aaron Hill. Again, Matsuzaka misses badly with the fastball.
Mike Cameron was playing center field, but now is back on the disabled list. Cameron, the Gold Glove center fielder, was playing center when Ellsbury was in left.
Breaking ball missed. Different pitcher second time through the order. He's lost that touch that he had with his fastball. He struck out the side in the first. It was like a surgeon with that fastball.
Inside, outside, up and down. Throwing a good cutter to pick up a couple of those strikeouts. He then gave up a long home run, or a long fly ball by Hill, and then a long home run to Adam Lind. It looks like he's nibbling again instead of going right after the hitter. He's falling behind a lot of times.
Fastball at the knees. Through that two-seam fastball with a little movement.
How about that respect? 3-0 sinker.
Hill got jammed on that fastball. It's a full count. The Red Sox have the advantage in the season series. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Matsuzaka gets Hill with a high breaking ball. His fifth strikeout. Travis Snyder, a 3-run home run, his 8th of the season. He now has driven in 21.
When he makes him get the ball down, he is a dangerous, dangerous hitter. The ball comes off of his bat a little bit different than some of the other players on this team, with good sound. Just 22 years old.
2 outs now for Adam Lind. Lind homered to the opposite field into second. A high booming fly ball out of the ballpark. Breaking ball evens the count. A ball on a strike. We are tied at 4. Red Sox jumped out in front with a 3-run second inning. Blue Jays answered with a run in the bottom of the inning. Took something off that fastball.
Now it looks like he's starting to use a little bit more in his basket full of pitches. First time through, it was a lot of fastballs. Now it looks like he's starting to change it up a little bit.
A ball and 2 strikes. Base hit just inside the bag down the left field line. Hill around first. He's headed for second. A 2-out double by Adam Lind, his second hit of the night.
18 of them now. You can't guard everywhere. You have to play the percentages and play the ball up the middle. Ian Beltre way off the line as the third baseman. But Lind will cross him up, stays back, hits that one right off the end of the bat. Keeps it just fair. Watch where Beltre is playing. Can't guard everywhere.
Can't do anything about that, but if that ball's down, Lind can't get to it.
Can't reach for it. You have to go with your legs to go get it, but when it's up, you can just throw your hands at it.
Did a good job of delivering the 2-out double. And Carnacion hit a ball sharply right at the third baseman his first time up. Go ahead run at second base. Up and in again with the fastball. Scott Atchison, the right-hander, loosening up in the Sox bullpen. Quite a dramatic turnaround after the first 3 batters of the ball game. Vasquez struck out the side the first.
Struck him out. Looked easy, too. Had an easy fastball and a good cutter. But since that home run from Adam Lind in the 2nd inning, he has given up 3 runs to tie it up.
Check swing, foul back to the screen.
You probably have been catching when you've faced a team where up and down the lineup they have the ability to hit it out of the ballpark. How much of an effect does that have on a pitcher where you feel like you have to be perfect or every pitch has a purpose? It's got to wear on you.
Yeah, there are no rest stops. You don't see bottom of the order. Well, I can get those guys out, and I don't have to worry about home runs here. The Blue Jays, 1 through 9, it's always a grind trying to get through the order. 2 balls and a strike to Encarnacion. Picks it off the end of the bat, out of play.
Well, when Encarnacion is hitting 9th and John Buck is healthy and Escobar is in the lineup, Encarnacion is hitting 9th. He's got 12 home runs. What other team's got a number 9 hitter with that kind of power and that kind of production? And you say, okay, I finally got through him, and now you got to turn it around and get right back to the top of the lineup.
2-2, driven to center field, but Ellsbury comes over and in the gap in right center will make the catch. Encarnacion is retired. But the Blue Jays have tied it up. Travis Snyder crushes a home run to right field. A 3-run shot. We are tied at 4.
Center coming up on August 12th is the Club Link Jane Rogers Championship. I'm with Adam Hadwin, who his first year on the Canadian Tour, but the low Canadian at the RBC Canadian Open. Tell us about that experience playing at St. George's.
Oh, it was unbelievable. It's my first Canadian Open, my first PGA Tour event as well. So the fans took me in. I played some great golf, and it was just a pleasure to be there.
Now you're from Abbotsford, British Columbia. Have you had the opportunity to stick around here and get up to Greystone and practice at all?
Actually, I went home and spent some quality time at home with my family, but I got back here on Sunday night. Got up there yesterday. It's a great-looking golf course. Should be a great week.
Talk a little bit about the Canadian Tour and what it's meaning to your development on your way to hopefully a PGA Tour card, I'm sure.
Oh, it's been huge. Canadian Tour is a great stepping stone for me. A great starting point to kind of kick it off, get the experience I need to get onto the next levels, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the year.
Send it back to you just momentarily here, Buck, as Fred Lewis makes the first out of the inning. We're with Adam Hadwin from Abbotsford, British Columbia, is playing on the Canadian Tour in the Jane Rogers Championship coming up. Talk a little bit about your goals and dreams, where you want to take this thing with golf.
I see. Number one goal, obviously, is to get to the Tour. I think that's everybody's goal out there. I guess if an ultimate goal to be number one in the world, maybe first Canadian to be number one in the world. but obviously to get to the tour, kind of keep progressing, get better and better each year, and play well.
Adam, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
That's Adam Hadwin of the Canadian Tour. The Jane Rogers Championship gets going August 12th at Greystone.
All right, Sam, thank you for that, and good luck to Adam. It's interesting to see the hometown guys doing well. Hometown being Canada, of course. It's from BC. One out here in the fourth inning. 4-4 tie. Colby Ellsbury had an RBI single his first time up. Ellsbury ran into Adrian Beltre way back in April, going for a ball in Fenway Park and cracked 5 ribs. Took him a long time to come back initially, and when he did come back, he only lasted for a day. Had to go back on the disabled list.
Yeah, the knee ran right into his rib area. Oof, it was nasty. If you didn't see it, popped fly down the left field line, and the third baseman and left fielder collided.
2 balls and a strike upstairs, 2-2.
Just now starting to get back to the guy who was a very dangerous threat. When he came back off the disabled list, they put him in the number 1 hole in the lineup, and that didn't work out for him. But Terry Francona has put him down at number 9, and he's starting to flourish.
Little flare over the head of McDonald into left field. Ellsbury's 2 for 2 tonight. It's a 3-game series. The Red Sox in town after having split the 4-game series in New York. Jays on Rogers Sports Net tomorrow. Game time is 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. We look at the pitching matchup. Tomorrow it'll be Clay Buchholz against Sean Markham. Some interesting news with the pitching rotation as you see Brett Cecil there next to Markham. Ooh, quick snap throw to first base. Almost got Ellsbury napping. Ellsbury with 4 steals in last night's game. And Ricky Romero is aware of that, so he'll check on Ellsbury again.
Red Sox were running wild against the Yankees last night. 6 stolen bases, including that franchise record-tying 4 stolen bases by Ellsbury that you talked about.
Tie ball game here with 1 out. 4th inning. There goes Ellsbury. No chance for Aaron Sebia. Oh, he got him! My, oh my! He had such a jump. Terry Francona is going to come out and argue the call at second base by Scott Berry.
He got such a jump, guessing right against the left-hander. Aaron Sebia didn't even try and come up out of the crouch and make the throw. He threw from where he was, and it didn't look like he had any shot at getting Ellsbury.
I obviously jumped the gun because I saw the terrific jump at first. And Tito Francona is out to talk to the second base umpire.
I think we all would have jumped the gun on that one. I didn't think he had a shot at it either.
Take a look at the jump at first.
And watch Aaron Sebia from his knees. 1 hop. Now, it looked like Ellsbury got his legs in because of the tag was high.
Boy, that's bang, bang. And Aaron Sebia throws out his first base runner in the big leagues. He's now 1 for 2. So what a tag by John McDonald as well. Took the short hop. And put the quick tag on Ellsbury. Johnny Matt. He's amazing in how he never makes a mistake in the field. Boy, what a good inning defensively. Great throw, great tag at second base, and Ricky Romero comes right back and gets Scudero to end the inning. We are tied at 4.
someone will win a 40-inch Sharp Aquos Quadron TV Plus Blu-ray player. Quadron has 4 colors, not 3. To enter, visit hitahomerunwithsharp.ca. That's hitahomerunwithsharp.ca.
And that's what they do. They hit home runs. 2 more tonight, 177 home runs on the season.
And Daisuke Matsusaka, pitching in that ballpark, Fenway Park, which is a homer haven, has kept the ball in the ballpark really well this year. Coming into this game, he's only given up 7 home runs all season long. Touched up for 2 of them so far tonight.
Lyle Overbay cuts on the first pitch and lifts it down the left field line. Bill Hall in fair territory makes the catch. 1 out. Well, the Blue Jays have hit 70 more home runs than the average major league team. And now they've hit 31 more home runs than the Red Sox.
We have tried to figure out why. We've tried to explain it away. These guys can just hit.
Yeah.
They're good hitters.
And you meant the point of when a hitter gets ready, they become dangerous. Aaron Sevilla struck out his first time up. Big swing and a miss at the fastball. Breaking ball, popped out of play. It's a big confidence builder for the Blue Jays. They have won just 2 of 9 games against the Red Sox this year. They are 23-10 against the rest of the American League East and 2-7 against the Red Sox. They need to prove to themselves that they can beat Boston.
Cito Gaston was talking about that before tonight's game. As Aaron Sevilla goes down with that fastball, he was saying that we haven't played well against Boston this year. And he feels like Boston has really come out and played very well against them. And he says it hasn't been a fluke that the Red Sox have beaten his team. He says we just haven't played well against them.
Interesting how that happens. You just catch a team when they are playing well and you're not top of your game. Ball pulled on the ground to Beltran, backhanded and thrown across the diamond. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Daisuke Matsuzaka. Just 5 pitches in the 4th. Beautiful night in Toronto. Heck of a ball game going. We are tied at 4 after 4.
Twitter trivia question of the game. Before JP, Aaron Sevilla did it on Saturday. Who was the last Blue Jay to hit a home run in his first major league at bat? Make sure you Twitter us at Blue Jays with your answer, and you have a chance to win some great prizes.
A historic name to be sure, so make sure you get in and take a guess at that question. Pierre Nsevia, home run in his first major league at bat on the first pitch.
I've seen that happen one other time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Jay Bell.
Oh, yeah?
With Cleveland. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the ball back because it was Bert Blyleven's 50th home run he had given up that year. The guy he was traded for, by the way.
Yeah.
He was traded for Bert, got to the big leagues, hit the first pitch he saw in the big leagues for a home run. Couldn't get the ball back because it was a major league record for most home runs given up in a season.
Daniel Nava of the Red Sox, who was with them earlier in the season, hit a home run in his first at bat. It was a grand slam.
First pitch, too, wasn't it?
Yep. Romero falls behind J.D. Drew, leading off the fifth. 3 balls and a strike. Long drive right field. Bautista gives it a look, and this one is back into the seats. Home run, J.D. Drew, his 13th of the season, and the Red Sox have retaken the lead.
It's what good hitting teams do. When you make mistakes, they're going to make you pay. And J.D. Drew against the left-hander, wait for the ball to get up. 3-1. Now belt high over the middle of the plate, and that's right in the swing plane of J.D. Drew. Doesn't miss that one. No doubt about it in the second deck in right field.
It's 5-4 Red Sox. First home run of the night for Boston. Romero comes back with the breaking ball to Victor Martinez to get ahead. Another good curveball. 0-2. Pushed him back with a pretty good fastball. Red Sox have gotten 8 hits off Ricky Romero. Tried to throw that breaking ball too hard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the fifth. Romero coming off a complete game 2-hitter against the Yankees, his 3rd complete game of the season. Curveball, swung and a miss. Romero with the big strikeout. Curveball does the trick against Martinez.
Just the second strikeout tonight for Ricky Romero, but it's a beauty. A good hitter doesn't strike out a lot. Martinez puts the ball in play. He's been swinging a hot bat, but this time is totally fooled by the off-speed pitch from Romero.
David Ortiz is 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles. Another dramatic shift to the right side. 3 infielders bunched up in right field. 2 balls and a strike.
When you see those kind of shifts like that, you've got to think off-speed pitch so he can pull it into the shift. Or you've got to think fastballs on the inner half so he can try and pull it into the shift. Ortiz crossed him up last time when he took a breaking ball that was down and away from him and just lofted it in the left field for a double.
When you look at that defense, you have to wonder what makes a team shift so dramatically. And actually, the balance is pretty good.
Those are his hits by direction. How many outs does he have? A lot of ground ball outs to the right side. So when he gets it on the ground, percentages say that it's going to be on the right-hand side. And that's why you see 3 infielders on the right-hand side. When it's in the air, they play about pretty much straight away.
It kind of speaks to the old theory, if you hit the ball down, it's a harder pitch to hit in the air, and he's going to hit it sharply on the ground. Hopefully one of those 3 infielders will have a play. And there's one of them. It wasn't a grounder, but a line drive right to Overbay. Ortiz is retired, 2 down.
You could win an all-new Honda CRZ and other great prizes when you vote for the Honda Play of the Month. Vote today at BlueJays.com.
2 outs here in the 5th. The Red Sox have retaken the lead at 5-4 on J.D. Drew's 13th home run of the season. Adrian Beltre takes the first pitch strike. Beltre has doubled and was walked intentionally. Impressive batting average at .334.
Much rather see this guy hit with nobody on base. Beltre was a home run champion a few years ago when he was with the Dodgers. He cranked out 48 home runs with Los Angeles, hitting at Dodger Stadium, and that's a Death Valley for right-handed batters, but he was able to lead the league with 48 long ones.
He's in a hole, 0-2. Off-speed pitch bounced in the dirt. Well, Beltre is a free agent at the end of this year, and that last year that you mentioned when he was with the Dodgers, he too was in his free agent walk year. He is 4th in the American League in hitting. Romero hasn't been as smooth as he was the last time out against the Yankees. He's really kind of muscling up on a pitch here and there. 2-2 pitch to Beltre. Curveball, swing and a miss. Ricky Romero goes back to his bread and butter, the curveball. Second strikeout of the inning, 3rd of the night. Gets Beltre to swing and a miss. Stays on top. Beltre can't make contact. Red Sox lead at 5-4. Rogers Sportsnet 1 will launch. See the Jays take on the Angels this Saturday at 8:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific Time. Rogers Sportsnet 1, the exclusive home of 25 Jays games. Blue Jays trying to erase a 1-run deficit. Fred Lewis walked and scored his last time up. Takes the first pitch strike from Matsuzaka. Lewis was the second walk of the inning issued by Matsuzaka in the third, just ahead of the Travis Snyder 3-run homer.
They lost it just momentarily. Walked John McDonald to lead off that inning. And then he lost Fred Lewis. 3-2 pitch, fell behind Snyder, and just like that, the Blue Jays tied it up with that home run. They almost had him knocked out that inning after Adam Lynn doubled. They had some action down in the bullpen. But since then, he's been good.
It was interesting. You mentioned it too. After the second inning, he gave up a long fly ball to center. Then the home run to Lynn. Got out of it, but gave up a 2-out double to Overbay. And then came back in the third inning, just a little tender. Matsuzaka ahead. A ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball just missed. 2-2.
Using more of his pitches now than what we saw at the beginning of this game. It's always been a guy who's thrown a lot of innings and a lot of pitches. 17 pitches per inning this season.
Matsuzaka still not as sharp with his command. That was meant to be inside. He left it outside, and Lewis could get to it. Sharply on the ground, knocked down by Scudero. No play. A leadoff base hit for Fred Lewis.
Scudero got to that ball, but it was hit so hard and it skimmed right off the turf here. It looked like it got into his glove, but then popped out. Hit him on the heel. No chance as that ball rolls away from Scudero. It will go as an infield single for Fred Lewis.
Leadoff batter aboard. Travis Snyder, a long home run. His last at bat. A 3-run shot. Popped up left side, drifting into foul ground. Long run for Beltre. He won't get there.
It was 1-0, and he was looking for dead red fastball down, and Matsuzaka obliged with a long laser line drive home run to right field. His 8th of the season. Ball just jumps off of his bat.
There's a different sound when he squares it up. For a long time, Cito Gaston always talked about Fred McGriff and how he made contact when the ball came off his bat. It had a different sound to it. Well, Travis Snyder has that same quality. When he squares it up in batting practice, it makes people turn and look to see who's hitting.
And I don't think that's anything that you can do to work on to get that. I think you either have it or you don't have it. Still trying to figure out if it's bat speed or if it's strength in your hands or the type of swing that you have. But there's nothing you can do to work on it to get it.
There's another guy that I had that played here for a long time, Shannon Stewart, who hit the ball hard. He didn't hit it far, but he hit so many line drives hard, and he too had a distinct sound when he squared it up.
He would topspin that ball to the shortstop and handcuff him with that great speed that he had. He beat it out. Always good for tons of doubles and tons of stolen bases.
0-2 pitch to Snyder. Breaking ball down. Travis Snyder and J.P. Aronsebi are great friends. They first met in instructional league when they first signed. And they always talk about maybe one day we'd play together in the Blue Jays lineup, and that day has come.
Lived together in spring training, the two of them. One's 22 and one's 24, so they got great careers ahead of them.
Lewis dives back in ahead of the throw. Don't you think that's the ultimate goal of an organization, is to get young players up that have grown up in the minor league system together, so it's like you're playing with your friends and you want to accomplish something special?
You win together, you lose together, you learn together in the minor leagues.
When you think about the 2002 Angels, everybody was homegrown. Think about the Colorado Rockies a couple of years ago with Helt and then Holiday and Cook. Everybody was homegrown.
Think about the Yankees when they weren't winning. It was always somebody from other organizations, and they didn't start winning regularly again until they started using their farm system. And they all came up together, the Jeters and the Williams and so on.
Pitch out, nothing doing. 2-2. The core four, as they're referred to in New York, Posada, Jeter, Pettit, and Mariano Rivera, still the foundation of their winning.
And still, that's the way to do it. You've got to have your farm system. You've got to have great scouts. They have to grow up together, and then you get them to the big leagues, and there's nothing like it, having that core.
Snyder having a good at bat. Matsuzaka takes too much time.
Think down. He is a very dangerous low ball hitter. Think down right here. Matsuzaka might try and go up and in with him.
There goes Lewis. Popped up on the infield. Lewis is headed back to first base. Scudero right behind the mound makes the catch. The Blue Jays have gotten great pitching, but at the same time, over the last month, they've also scored a ton of runs.
5.5 runs a game. You're going to win a lot of games when you do that. Home runs been a big part of that. 60 of them in their last 31 games. Hit well with runners in scoring position, but if you can pop the ball out of the ballpark, especially with runners on base, you're going to win a lot of games. Pitching has been great. Best DRA in the second half in the American League.
Jose Bautista 0 for 2. Ground ball could be 2. Scudero to second. Bobbled by Lowry. All hands are safe. Scudero had more time than he thought. He tried to shovel at the Lowry and handcuffed the second baseman.
You couldn't roll a ball out there any better than Bautista for a tailor-made double play. Jed Lowry is making just his 11th start at second base. Scudero, I think he wasn't sure how far away he was. This was a little bit far to underhand that ball to Lowry. The timing just wasn't there between the two of them. Lowry goes down with his glove. It hits right off the end, and that will go as an error. And a chance for the Blue Jays to take advantage of it.
Aaron Hill lifts it to left field. Bill Hall back, but he's got it measured just short of the warning track. And Hill is retired. Lewis returns to second. Bautista to first. 2 outs.
Extra pitches to their starter because of miscues in the field can add up. It's just the 5th inning, but it might show up in the 6th or 7th with these extra pitches.
Lind has homered tonight. He's also doubled to left. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. Breaking ball down and away. Left-hander Dustin Richardson starts to loosen up. Second reliever we have seen warming up tonight. Matsuzaka has thrown 87 pitches. Fastball right on the knees away. Martinez kind of jabbed at it and made it look a lot worse than it may have been.
And then pulled it back in. The home plate umpire to call it.
Ball on his strike. Matsuzaka being encouraged by his catcher. Martinez wants it up and in. Got it inside. When you think about the two balls that Lind has hit hard tonight, they have both been away.
Was that last one to set up something away? He's got a lot of weapons, does Matsusaka, to pick up those strikeouts.
Well, he has certainly changed the tempo of his game after the first inning. First inning, he worked very quickly. Had a 1-2-3 first with the strikeouts. Struck out the side in the first. Then stays alive.
Threw one breaking ball, as I recall, in that first inning. I think it was a curveball of Fred Lewis. Everything else was hard and sharp in that first inning. Now, as he makes its way into the fifth inning, the pace has slowed down.
And you certainly don't want to take any missteps here in this situation with a man that's already homered tonight. Another 1-2 pitch. Line to the first baseman, low. Lind hit it hard again. But the Blue Jays strand a couple of base runners. Daisuke Matsuzaka gets out of the fifth. Red Sox lead it by 1. Here at Rogers Center, both Daisuke Matsuzaka and Ricky Romero have had their problems, but they've really minimized the damage.
It was certainly not as sharp as both of them were the last time out. Matsuzaka beating Cleveland, 8 innings, 1 earned run, and you mentioned Romero, a complete game against the Yankees where he gave up just 2 earned runs. But they have been able to work their way through it tonight. I mean, you're not going to take your best stuff to the mound every single time out there. This is where you've got to pitch with a lot of guts and a lot of smarts to get through it.
Keep your team in a ball game, and that's what they've both done. Mike Glow had a sac fly in the third inning. He is officially 0 for 1 with an RBI. Pops this one up, and it'll drift out of play. A lot of talk about Mike Lowell at the trade deadline, July 31st. A lot of people suggesting maybe the White Sox were interested. There was some talk the Texas Rangers might be involved. But now he becomes invaluable to the Red Sox with Euclid gone. Hot shot plugged by Encarnacion. Good play at third base. Good strong throw.
It seemed like every week there was a trade rumor that Mike Lowell was going to go somewhere, especially to Texas early in this season. You're right. The Red Sox are probably real happy that they held on to him with what has happened with Kevin Youkilis. This ball is smoked right off the dirt. Encarnacion stays with it. You got to get down low like that so you can watch that hop. And then after you catch it, the easy part is just throwing it across the diamond.
He's done a good job. Really improved his throwing. Very consistent with the throws. Romero jumps ahead with the curveball.
And you can work on that. And the best way to improve your throwing is to make sure your feet are always moving. That's one thing that they have really worked with, and Brian Butterfield has worked with Encarnacion, is keep your feet moving as you make your throw over to first base, and he's been much more accurate.
Oh, two good pitches from Morel. Ball's in a hole. 101 pitches now by Ricky Romero. Strike three call. Three good pitches from Romero, and Hall goes down. Fourth strikeout of the night. Good fastball. Let's check in with Sam Cosentino.
Well, Buck, it was announced before the game today that they're going to give Brandon Morrow a little more time after that 137-pitch one-hitter on Sunday. Markham will go tomorrow. Brad Mills will pitch Thursday against John Lackey. Mark Zepchinski will be called up to take the place of Mills and pitch Friday. Cecil on Saturday, Romero Sunday, then back to Markham, and then Tuesday will be the next time you see Brandon Morrow. So a bit of a shake-up there, giving everyone a little rest. Brett Cecil, by the way, also a little cut on that right knee, so he's been pushed back a day as well.
Jed Lowry takes a first pitch strike, and that's the value of depth in your organization. You can go back and get Brad Mills. He's made two starts, will make his third, and then Mark Zepchinski will be called back up to pitch on Friday in Anaheim. Don't you know the Tampa Bay Rays would love to have that kind of depth right now?
They might. Jeremy Hellickson's going to be called up, and Mike Elkstrom also, because they got some bad news from some of their starters.
Wade Davis and Jeff Neiman both on the disabled list with shoulder strains. They have one more prospect at the threshold in Jake McGee, left-handed pitcher. Ekstrom is a relief pitcher, but boy, oh boy, you lose two starters at this late stage of the season. It's tough.
When they're trying to do in this division, overtake the Yankees, keep the Red Sox off of them. The Red Sox are making some noise also. And they've got very good starting pitching, very deep.
Full count, 2 outs. Jed Lowry, the second baseman, takes the walk. A 2-out walk issued to Lowry. That'll keep the inning alive.
You know, everybody talks about the American League East, all the big hitting teams that they have out there. The American League East pitching staffs are pretty darn good. You talk about the Yankees and some of the studs that they throw out there in Tampa, Boston, Toronto. Everybody talks about the young starters in Baltimore, but every one of those teams have good staffs, top to bottom.
Now, Tampa Bay leads the American League. They're tied with Oakland as we speak with a 3.66 ERA. The Yankees are 5th. Toronto 8th, and then Boston right behind them at 9th. But the quality of their staffs certainly better than their rankings might indicate.
Well, remember who they're facing. They're facing these great hitting teams night in and night out also.
Jacoby Ellsbury is 2 for 2 tonight. First pitch strike. Left-hander Scott Downs begins to loosen up. Romero over 100 pitches. Blue Jays had an off day yesterday. Everybody got a full day's rest. Bouncing ball to short. McDonald's there. The underhand shovel to Hill. The force out at second. Ricky Romero gives up a 2-out walk, but strands a base runner. Blue Jays trail by a run at 5-4. Shakes Ricky Romero's hand. That's an indication he is done for the night. Romero pitches 6 innings and leaves the ball game trailing 5-4. He is still the pitcher of record if Blue Jays can come back and tie it or take the lead here.
109 pitches for Romero tonight. That follows up the 118 he threw in New York. That's right around the threshold for these young pitchers that Cito Gaston will use. And now it's up to the offense to get him a couple of runs here. This might be Matsusaka's last inning also. He is closing in on 100 pitches also.
Encarnacion 0 for 2 tonight. Makes the first pitch fastball. Matsuzaka has won his last 6 decisions against the Blue Jays. He lost the first start ever to Toronto and then has won his last 6 decisions.
He has also won his last 6 starts this season. June the 30th, he has been a hot pitcher. Hasn't lost since June the 30th when Tampa Bay beat him. 3-0 in that time.
Blue Jay hitters have had pretty good looks at Matsuzaka all night long. Coming inside. 3 balls and a strike. Okay, Francona's probably got a short leash on Matsuzaka here, even though they're in the bottom part of the lineup. Leadoff walk.
Number 35.
Well, we have our winner for our BlackBerry Tweeting Tuesdays trivia question. The question was, who was the last player before J.P. Arancibia to hit a home run in his first Major League at bat? May 4th, 1989. Junior Felix did it against the then California Angels. Congratulations to our winner, at Metal Manic Joel from Ottawa, Ontario. He is our BlackBerry Twitter trivia winner.
So with the man at first, Lyle Overbay jumps on the first pitch and pulls it foul. Overbay's had a double here tonight. He also lined out. We saw double-barreled action for the Red Sox. Felix Doubront, the left-hander. Scott Atchison, the right-hander.
0-2.
Breaking ball down and in. Matsuzaka started out this game like a house fire. He struck out the side in the first. Looked like he was really in for a special night, but then gave a one-out home run up to Adam Lind in the second. Overbay weighted back nicely on that breaking ball.
And since then, it seems like he's been working in and out of trouble the rest of the night. 100 pitches now for Matsusaka.
See the big 33-pitch third inning. That's when he issued the back-to-back leadoff walks and then the 3-run home run to Travis Snyder. A ball and 2 strikes. Encarnacion at first. Overbay's having a heck of an at-bat. It might have been a split finger pitch. It had a lot of late movement. He was able to spoil it.
Had a good at-bat his first time up where he really laid back on an off-speed pitch and hit a double. Throwing all these pitches is nothing new for this guy.
The exception was the first inning. Another 1-2 pitch. Off the plate outside. 2-2.
He's got a very unique way of getting ready for ball games. He gets here early in the day and he's actually throwing in the outfield.
About 3 o'clock this afternoon, he was throwing in the outfield to get ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Up and away.
It's just the way that he was brought up. Japan, they throw a lot. He'll go down in the right field line early in the day before start. Look at the sweat that he's working up. He'll do some sprints. He'll do some running. He'll throw. He'll work with his catcher. He'll do some long toss and then come out and throw tonight's game.
Yeah, he's just not playing catch out there. He's working at it.
I think if you work your arm to that, I think you build up strength as you go along. And he obviously has been doing it for a long time. There was a time where in 2006 in spring training, he threw 350 pitches one day.
Overbay swings and misses. Matsuzaka picks up the strikeout as he comes back with a good fastball.
Obviously still has a little bit left in the tank to get a fastball by a hot hitter and Lyle Overbay. Good positioning down and away. Ball tailing away from Overbay. He conditions his arm so he can throw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, most major league pitchers on the days that they're starting are still napping at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Or having a nice lunch.
JP Arencibia takes the breaking ball for a strike. Arencibia 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts tonight. First time up, they got him with a slider. Second time, they threw a fastball upstairs to him. It's jammed. A little pop-up foul territory. Victor Martinez can't make a play. Ball wasn't hit high enough and didn't stay in the air long enough for anybody to get to it. Martinez kind of slid trying to make a running catch. It kicked off his glove.
Really no man's land also. You said it right. It wasn't hit very high. It's a play that the first baseman has a lot better chance at. Watch Lowell come off the bag and he doesn't get to it. Martinez calls him off. Got to get rid of the the mask, the hat, finds it, calls him off, and just misses it. Second chance now for Aaron Sevilla.
You can see Martinez kind of concerned about running into Mike Lowell. Looked at him a couple of different times, and then when he finally reached for it, kind of a tentative effort. So Aaron Sevilla gets another chance. 0-2. This one's popped up into shallow right field. J.D. Drew comes on and calls off Lowry. Two outs. Well, John McDonald will try to keep things alive here. McDonald has walked and scored. He also grounded out to third. John McDonald was inserted into the lineup after Yunel Escobar couldn't make the call. Escobar was in the original lineup, but he was scratched with a leg injury. I would think that if McDonald keeps the inning alive, Daisuke will be lifted from this game.
I was thinking the same thing, and so what's the mindset of Johnny Mack? Get on base any way you can.
Yeah. You see if you can't get into their bullpen. They've got a left-hander ready for Fred Lewis if McDonald can keep things alive.
Bullpen is taxed a little bit for the Red Sox.
McDonald asks for time, and it's granted. Brian Knight, the home plate umpire tonight. Two down here in the sixth inning. Blue Jays trail it by a run at 5-4. Blue Jays have hit two more home runs tonight. The difference in the ball game is a J.D. Drew solo home run in the fifth. Little looper into center. Ellsbury on the red. Won't get to it. McDonald keeps the inning alive. John McDonald with his first hit of the night. First and second, two outs.
And just like you said, with McDonald getting on board, Tito Francona comes out of that dugout. And he's on his way to the pitcher's mound.
He's made the call for the left-hander. It'll be Felix Dubront coming on in relief of Daisuke Matsuzaka. He's given up 6 hits. Dubront has not faced the Blue Jays before, and he'll be in to face Fred Lewis. It's a one-run game. Daisuke Matsuzaka getting congratulations in the dugout. He leaves after 5 2/3. He's responsible for the 2 base runners on board. He has allowed 4 runs to this point. Felix DeBronk, in his second stint, actually his third stint with the Red Sox, was recalled from Pawtucket on Friday. And he made his first big league relief appearance with a perfect 8th inning on Saturday with a couple of strikeouts.
Started the season in Double-A for the Boston Red Sox, made his way to Triple-A, and you talked about him going up and down this year. Was a starter in the minor leagues, and that's where the Boston Red Sox see him as a starter, because he features all 4 pitches. But they need that second left-hander in the bullpen, and that's where he's going to pitch out of the rest of this season.
Fred Lewis with runners at first and second. Cuts on the first pitch and fouls it back. First time the Blue Jays have seen DeBronk. So you just kind of got a battle up here. Not much information to go on other than what you're seeing in this at bat.
Fastball, curveball, changeup, a little bit of a slider. Throws hard.
Right at the knees. 0-2.
Made 16 starts in Double-A before he went to Pawtucket. That's the Triple-A affiliate for Boston. Made 8 starts there. Okajima is on the disabled list, one of the left-handed veterans out of that bullpen, so they need that second one.
He's 22 years old, from Venezuela. Bounced and blocked by Martinez. It's a 5-4 game. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. We are in the 6th inning here at Rogers Center. Lewis has hit a respectable .263 against left-handed pitching. Bounce to the shortstop. Scudero, not in time. Good job by John McDonald. Not taking anything for granted. He beats the throw to second base to keep the inning alive.
As soon as that ball was hit, I watched John McDonald, and that's just the type of player he is. Hustling to second base to keep the inning alive. Not taking anything for granted, like you said. And when Scudero has a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove, that gives him just enough time to get to second base and keep it alive for the big boys.
This is why you give John McDonald a 2-year contract, because he does everything correctly. He keeps the inning alive for Travis Snyder, who's already homered here tonight. Breaking ball for a strike.
Hey fans, keep watching. The bases are loaded. We're only one swing away from awarding a 60-inch Sharp Aquos Quatron TV. Quatron for colors never before seen on TV. To enter, hit a home run with Sharp.ca.
0-2. A good breaking ball and then a crossfire fastball that catches the outside corner. Good breaking ball. Snyder swings and misses. DeBronk bounces back, picks up his defense, and comes up with a big strikeout. He strikes out Snyder to leave the bases loaded. Red Sox still lead by 1. Scott Downs will come out of the bullpen to work the 7th. of the game, presented by Burger King, home of the Whopper.
Daisuke Matsusaka was having troubles locating in the third inning, walking the first two batters, falling behind Travis Snyder, then grooves a fastball and he crushes it to right field to tie the game up at 4. Travis Snyder showing the kind of power that he possesses.
Visit BlueJays.com/Burger King to register for a chance to win prizes in the Burger King Super Fan Contest. So we go to the 7th. Blue Jays trail by a run. It'll be the top of the order. Scudero, Drew, and Victor Martinez to face the new pitcher, Scott Downs.
There are Scott Downs' numbers. Pretty good 4 or 5 with a 220 earned run average. This will be his 50th game of the season. He leads the club in holds with 20. Needs to hold the Red Sox right here.
Marco Scudero takes the first pitch. Strike. Scudero 0 for 3 tonight. Bounce to third. Encarnacion in front of the bag. Makes the throw off the glove of Overbay. Overbay with a big stretch. Looked like he had a shot at it, but it was wide of first.
Ball might have cut on Overbay. You're throwing on the run, as Encarnacion does here, his only play. Ball might have cut on him, and he reached as far as he could go, but it's off his glove. Tough to keep that foot on there and go after that one.
Scudero's aboard to start the 7th. J.D. Drew. It's an error on Encarnacion to start the inning. Ball missed the inside corner. J.D. Drew's solo home run, the difference in this ball game. That came leading off the 5th inning off Ricky Romero. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. J.D. Drew wasn't quite sure it was a strike.
He has always had a really good eye at the plate. J.D. Drew has always had very good on-base percentage.
A ball and 2 strikes. Drew's very quiet at the plate, and because of that, I believe that's exactly why he can take those close pitches.
You don't see a lot of extra movement in his hands or his lower body. He's very quiet, but he's strong. His hands get that bat through the zone very quickly.
Snap throw, and Scudero not that far off. Sean Camp has gotten up in the Blue Jays bullpen. A ball and 2 strikes on J.D. Drew. Scudero at first. Aaron Hill wide of second base to McDonald. No chance for the return throw. McDonald dropped the ball, but he was in the act of taking the ball out of his glove. So they get the force at second.
He knew he had to be quick. Good play by Hill. He was positioned correctly. With a look on the side there. Makes a good throw. Now McDonald knows he has to be quick with Drew getting down that line, but as he transfers the ball from his glove to his hand, he drops it, and that'll be a force out.
And Victor Martinez will stay on the right side. He's 1 for 3 and scored a run. So fastball at the knees. bouncing ball. McDonald shovels to Hill for one. Back to first, double play. Scott Downs comes out of the bullpen and turns it over to his defense. After an error, they turn the double play to wipe out the Red Sox in the seventh. I.C. Senior. Statistical information provided by Stats Inc. Music provided by Universal Canada. At Rogers Center, where the Red Sox have a 5-4 lead as the Blue Jays are set to bat in the bottom of the seventh inning. Felix DeBrunt came out of the bullpen with runners on and was able to strike out Travis Snyder with the bases loaded. He will now deal with the league-leading home run hitter, Jose Bautista. Bautista with a quick look down at third.
That's a decoy, isn't it?
You don't think he'd be bunting in this situation?
I don't think so. Left-hander on the mound, one-run game.
He's hard charging. Big breaking ball upstairs. A ball on a strike. Bautista reached on an error in the fifth inning. Half dive drive left field. This ball is way out of here. Bautista has done it again.
When the ball left the bat, it looked like it was going to be a fly ball to left field, but he's so quick on the inner half that he actually drives that ball, and he's got great carry and lift to it to left field. Watch DeBrunt try and slip a fastball by him on the inner half and how quick his hands are. Look at the trajectory and watch him watch the ball. It looks like a fly ball. He's sitting there watching and he's saying, go, go. And it did. It just kept going and going. And there he knows that he's got another home run.
The incredible season continues for Jose Bautista. A game-tying home run here in the seventh.
We knew he wasn't going to bunt.
Yeah, we did. Aaron Hill, the ball in the strike. Third home run of the game for the Blue Jays. Lind, Snyder, and Jose Bautista have all gone deep here again tonight. So we are back tied, and that takes Ricky Romero off the hook. Number 35 for Bautista.
Note the pitchers. If you're going to go inside to Bautista, you better go way in.
This ball is popped up to the second baseman. Lowry makes the catch. One out here in the setup.
So quick on the inner half. But with that home run now, he has set a Blue Jay record for most home runs in consecutive series.
11 straight series with a home run. That passes Carlos Delgado, who accomplished 10 straight series in 2001. Delgado also tied with Rios and McGriff for 9 in a row, but a new mark by Jose Bautista. Lind is 2 for 3 tonight with his 16th home run. Ground ball, Mike Lowe wide of first base, tosses to DeGront covering, and there are 2 outs.
With that ability to hit home runs the way the Blue Jays have, close games like this, they're never out of it. They always have a chance, and it doesn't matter what type of pitcher. Left-handed, right-handed, hard-throwing, junk baller. They just have that ability to stay in games with the long ball.
Edwin Encarnacion 0 for 2 with a walk. Encarnacion loading up on that back leg. Take a look at the home runs allowed by the bullpen. The Red Sox now have allowed 46 home runs, more than the Baltimore Orioles.
Hard to believe with the good arms that they have down in that bullpen.
Well, Okajima has had an off year. He's currently on the disabled list. They moved Ramon Ramirez, which kind of surprised me. He's in San Francisco now.
Del Carmen spent some time on the DL.
But the home runs, boy, late in the ball game, home runs out of your bullpen will cost you games. You don't have time to erase the impact of those home runs.
It happens in the 7th, 8th, 9th inning. You're right, not enough innings to come back.
2-2. Speaking of Del Carmen, he is starting to loosen up. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. Encarnacion didn't agree with the call. Thought the ball was inside. But DeGront rights himself after the leadoff home run by the Major League leader in home runs. Number 35 has tied it at 5-all. Toyota Super Summer event with terrific offers on quality vehicles. Summer's a great time to buy a Toyota. Jose Bautista, solo home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. His 35th of the season has tied this game at 5-all. Scott Downs to face David Ortiz. First pitch strike. Downs came on to pitch the 7th. Scudero reached on an air. J.D. Drew was then at first base after his fielder's choice, and Victor Martinez hit into the inning-ending double play. David Ortiz 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of doubles.
This is probably Scott Downs' last batter. Ortiz is a .205 hitter versus left-handed pitching. Downs has been great all season long versus the lefties.
Big breaking curveball in there for a strike. David Ortiz chased the fastball down and in. Big strikeout from Scott Downs to start the 8th inning.
And he's got a good movement on his fastball. Ortiz can't come up with it. Ball sinking down. Lefty's hitting 175 against Downs, and that's why with that good movement.
Oh, what a good job by Scott Downs. He came in and got the big double play to end the 7th and gets the big strikeout to start the 8th. He'll turn the ball over to Cito Gaston, who will then turn it over to Sean Kemp. Kemp will come on to face Adrian Beltre with 1 out here in this tie game. In the 8th inning, he's called upon for the 49th time of the season. He's had a terrific year out of the bullpen.
He certainly has. 3-1 with a .275 earned run average. Last time we saw him was 4 days ago against Tampa, an inning. It was a very clean inning, and when he has proper rest, if they give him enough rest, he's got some good snap on that breaking ball. Something we saw his last time out.
First pitch, bouncing ball to the shortstop. McDonald has it, and 1 pitch. Camp picks up the first out. There's 2 down here in this inning. Boy, Sean Kemp has been the best in this bullpen at getting that first batter retired. He comes on in the game and gets that first guy out.
39 out of 49 times now. Makes your job a lot easier when you get that first batter.
Now, Cito Gaston lights the matchup here. Beltre was 1 for 7 against Kemp. Mike Lowell 2 for 12. This ball is just foul past third. Oftentimes people wonder why managers go to different matchups, but they sit, you look at the matchups, you look at the past history, and you say, well, in a close game late, I want Kemp to face Mike Lowell. There's a long drive to left field, and Snyder is at the wall. This ball is gone. sometimes the numbers don't work. Home run number 4 for Mike Lowell. The Red Sox have retaken the lead.
In his career, Mike Lowell had only had 2 hits against Sean Kemp. That's where you were going with that, a 167 average, but he crosses that up by going long. Sean Kemp does not give up that many home runs because he's got that good sinking fastball. Mike Lowell filling in for Kevin Youkilis. Gets one over the wall for a home run. Kemp had given up just 6 home runs all season long.
So now with the Red Sox regaining the lead at 6-5, it'll be a pinch hitter, Ryan Kalish. Hit that home run, and he whips it into center field on the first pitch. Kalish not wasting any time. Boy, he is part of this ball club that has really picked up the slack with all of the injuries. Kalish hit his first major league home run on Friday at New York.
Red Sox really like him. They think he's a very exciting player. He can hit, he can run, can steal some bases. Didn't waste any time there.
Jed Lowry 0 for 3. Almost picked off at first base. Kalish very aggressive with the lead.
Caught him in an in-between step as he was moving off. That ball was down just a little bit more, they would have had him.
Kalish has a steal in his only attempt. There he goes, swinging a drive to center field. Fred Lewis is back. This ball is off the wall and gets by Fred Lewis. Here comes Kalish around third. He'll score. And Jed Lowry drives in an insurance run here with a drive off the fence in center.
His second double of the night. In the second inning, batting right-handed, hit a ball to right field for a double. Now comes around from the left side and smokes a ball to center field. Lewis thinks he has a shot, but then gives up, and when he gets too close to that wall, it bounces away from him. Extra bases. Kalish, with 2 outs, running hard on the play, scores easily.
So now it's a 2-run lead for the Red Sox.
Youngsters doing it again for Terry Francona's club. Says he loves what his team has done this year. With all the problems that they have had injury-wise, that they have just battled and really come together as a team.
Jacoby Ellsbury bounces the 2-hopper to Hill. The final out of the 8th inning, but the Red Sox cash in. Mike Lowell hits a solo home run with 2 outs. His 4th home run of the season. And then just for insurance, Jed Lowry with a double. It's a 2-run lead, 7-5 Red Sox. take over defensively in left field. And the third Red Sox pitcher of the night will be Manny Del Carmen, called upon to work the bottom of the 8th inning.
Veteran's been around for a long time. 42 games. This is number 43. His 0 for 2 is save opportunity. Good arm, good fastball, good changeup. Del Carmen features. Batter's hitting just 205 against him this year. He was on the DL at the beginning of July through the 16th with a right forearm strain. Made a rehab start down in Double-A and been up here with the Boston Red Sox here pitching in the 8th inning.
Well, over, babe. J.P. Arancibia and John McDonald as scheduled batters. Del Carmen misses up and away with the fastball. Red Sox have hit 2 home runs here tonight, both solo home runs. J.D. Drew in the 5th, Mike Lowell with 2 outs in the 8th. A good changeup from Del Carmen had Overbay fooled.
93 miles an hour with the fastball. You pull the string to 81. 12 miles per hour difference.
Fouled out of play. The ball in 2 strikes. Blue Jays have hit 3 more home runs tonight, but they find themselves trailing by 2 in the 8th. Ricky Romero went 6 innings, allowed 5 runs on 8 hits. Overbay swings and misses at a fastball. He strikes out. Check in with Sam Cosentino.
Well, Buck, our Blackberry Tweeting Tuesdays continues. There's a question for you from @Aussie'sBests, and he asks, why does it take so long for first-round picks, such as Deck McGuire, to sign a contract with a team?
Anytime you have a deadline, and that deadline is the 16th of August at 12:59, people are going to take as much time as they can before they put their name on a contract. J.P. Arancibia with 1 out. The reason is the first-round picks. I believe just 17 of the 30 first-round picks have signed, so people want to make sure the market has been set before they commit to that contract.
It used to be worse. It used to be you had a whole year to sign them. Now you have a couple of months to get them under contract, or they go back into the draft. And it's not just baseball. Basketball, football is the same way.
I think baseball needs to move that deadline from August 16th up to the middle of June to get the kids signed and get them into the professional ranks. Plus, it really helps out the colleges. If you have a junior in college and he signs, you'll know that you've got to fill his spot for the next season.
What about, well, the draft is the first week of June, so
right.
You're saying 1 week?
Couple weeks. I mean, how long does it take to negotiate a contract?
Well, what if the kids are still in college and they go to the College World Series? Exception?
Yeah, you have to, figure that in. You can move back, say the 30th of June, when College World Series is over. But I don't think you need to have as long as they have right now. J.P. Arancibia pops it up to right field. J.D. Drew comes in and makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the 8th.
If you wait so long to sign them, they're pretty much useless their first year.
Yeah, that's what bothers me more than anything. You sign a guy in August, and where are you going to send him? Most of the minor leagues are finished the first week of September. By Labor Day, they're finished. So all you can do is send him to the Instructional League and maybe the Arizona Fall League, but that's hardly the competition you want to put your big draft choices into initially.
Well, especially if they're high school guys. You don't want to send them to the Arizona Fall League. That's a more advanced
Double A
league.
at least, yeah. John McDonald will bat. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. He's also scored a run. Made a great base running play in the 6th inning on a fielder's choice off the batter Fred Lewis to beat the throw at second and keep the inning alive. But then Travis Snyder was struck out to end the inning. 1-1. Bounce to third. Beltre has plenty of time. A good inning for Manny Del Carmen. He comes out of the bullpen for the Red Sox and has a 1-2-3 8th inning. Beautiful night in Toronto. Blue Jays find themselves on the short end of a 7-5 game. Rogers Sportsnet 1 will launch. It's a new sports channel with 25 Jays games, Major League Baseball, Raptors, and so much more. Rogers Sportsnet 1 coming August 14th. New pitcher for the Blue Jays will be Jason Frazier coming on in the 9th inning. Frazier will work to the top of the order, trying to keep the Red Sox at bay. They trail the Blue Jays trail by 2 at 7-5.
There are Jason Frazier's numbers this year. 3 for 7 in saves. That gives him 35 now in his career. Tied for 8th all time on the club's saves list.
Marco Scudero reached on an error his last time up. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Popped up right side of the infield. Overbay in fair territory makes the catch. 1 out. Blue Jays will have the top of the order to bat in the 9th inning. Lewis, Snyder, and Bautista. J.D. Drew has homered tonight. His 13th homer came back in the 5th inning. Strike 1 to Drew. Jonathan Papelbon, the closer. Strike 2.
I was wondering how Terry Francona was going to put this one together with their bullpen taxed a little bit. Papelbon had a big save yesterday in New York. It took him a lot of pitches to get it. Bard was awesome too.
Bard came in with the bases loaded, threw 6 pitches and struck out Jeter and Nick Swisher. Well, Francona looking at the matchup sheets on the back of the dugout.
He's already thinking about the bottom of the 9th right now. What he wants to get out of his team.
2-2. The Red Sox are in the middle city of a 3-city 10-game road trip. They played 4 in New York. They'll play 3 here in Toronto before they go to Texas and take on the Rangers. Tough trip. The Red Sox have won 7 of their last 11 road games and won 11 of their last 18 overall.
Playing some inspired baseball, pulling the troops together.
Dustin Pedroia on the bench, hopes to play by next Tuesday, coming back from that broken bone in his foot. Full count.
That's when they get off this road trip, when they play at home versus the Angels. Big homestand. The Angels, Jays will come in, and then Seattle.
The payoff pitch to the J.D. Drew. Hit on the ground. Then Encarnacion at shortstop makes the throw, the first 2 outs.
He looked pretty smooth on that one there, did Edwin Encarnacion, with the big shift on against J.D. Drew right at shortstop. A couple of steps to his left. Very fluidly makes the play. You can see where he is. He moved nicely. Watch his feet just keep moving right through that play. Bullseye over at first.
So with 2 outs, Victor Martinez will bat left-handed for the first time tonight. Breaking ball for a strike. The Red Sox have out-hit the Blue Jays 11-7. Way outside.
Victor looking for his second hit of the night, which would give him another multi-hit game. He's got 25 of them already this year as a catcher, which is the best in the major leagues. Spent some time on the disabled list.
It's on top of that high fastball, but pulls it into the seats. Martinez missed 23 games. He had a fractured left thumb, which is kind of unusual in that it's his catching hand. He got hit with a foul tip on the left thumb.
Then his glove back.
And fractured the tip of his thumb. Here and Sevilla will go out and talk things over with Jason Frazier. Looked like that might have been more of a sign problem than a pitch selection.
Fastball, no. Fastball outside, no. Tried to change up, no. Just trying to figure out what they want to do with Martinez. You see the shortstop McDonald playing right behind Frazier in the outfield.
Breaking ball, line review first base. Overbay makes the play. So Frazier comes on and does his job in the top of the inning, a 1-2-3 ninth inning. Travis Snyder will bat, as will Jose Bautista. They've both homered tonight, but they'll have to deal with Jonathan Papelbon in the bottom of the ninth. ninth with the Blue Jays trailing by 2 runs. Boston leads it 7-5, and the big closer for the Red Sox has come on, Jonathan Papelbon, making his 39th appearance against the Blue Jays. He has saved all 23 save opportunities against Toronto.
He has been electric versus Toronto in his career. There are his numbers: 28 for 33 in saves. Saves in each of the last Sox 4 wins. Those 28 saves are good for 4th in the American League. We talked about him being taxed. Pitched in yesterday's game when he needed... Well, he pitched an inning and a third versus the Yankees, a season-high 3 strikeouts for that save yesterday, and it was a monumental 22-pitch outing versus Mark Teixeira to finish off that game yesterday. That was a final out of that. They had that 2-1 victory. Papelbon declared after that he said he's felt better than I have all season long. He said, I'm not just saying that. His fastball's been good. His splitter has been outstanding.
He has never blown a save against the Blue Jays. Falls behind Fred Lewis. Lewis has singled and walked. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Bouncing ball. Lowry at second. 1 down.
Papelbon is big and strong, and he says he feels fresh because they've tried to limit the amounts of pitches. There are the numbers that you were talking about. 5-1 to Sterling, earned run average of under 1. Blue Jays haven't had a chance in the 38 games. 23 for 23.
Travis Snyder, excuse me, Pat. Travis Snyder will bat with 1 out.
He's so much fresher this year. They've played 113 games, have the Red Sox. He's thrown 47 1/3 innings. He's also thrown 768 pitches, 92% less than what he did last year. So he says he feels fresh, and the numbers back him up.
He's got a good fastball, 95, and Snyder falls behind. A 3-run home run came in the 3rd inning after back-to-back walks issued by Daisuke Matsuzaka. That tied the score at 4-all. First game of a 3-game series. Ball on the strike. Bounced off the plate, and that'll trickle into foul territory.
That looked like it might have been a splitter.
Fastball, splitter, slider. Generally, you're going to get 2, not 3 pitches in and out of it. You'll either go fastball, splitter, or occasionally a fastball, slider, but he likes that splitter.
And it's hard, too. 88, 89 miles an hour. As a hitter, you don't have a whole lot of time to gauge what it is or where it is. That's why he's so effective with it. Batter's hitting just 191 against him.
Upstairs, Snyder does a good job to lay off that pitch. 2-2. You can see Victor Martinez very animated with the umpire, Scott Berry, telling Berry he's going to come inside, trying to get some room so he could slide to the inside corner.
Yeah, and pushing him back away from him, saying, I'm going to be standing up here, so don't be leaning over my shoulder.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Blue Jays need a base runner. Snyder needs to get on, set the table for Jose Bautista. Bautista homered in his last at bat. Good job foiling the slider. Well, you talk about a challenge coming back against these three top American League East teams. Mariano Rivera, Jonathan Papelbon, and now Rafael Soriano. Big time closers. Two and two. Driven to center field and deep. Ellsbury back. It's off the top of the wall. Snyder is headed for second with a one-out double. He did his job.
How strong is Travis Snyder? That ball was down almost on his shoe tops. He's fooled for a little bit, but he keeps enough back to go down and get it. You got to use your legs to go down and get it. Watch where this pitch is, and watch where it ends up. Right off the top of the wall in center field. You have to be strong to generate that kind of bat speed.
Inches from a home run. Jose Bautista represents the tying run. Home run swing. The Red Sox bullpen has given up a league-high 46 home runs. Bautista 0 for 4 against Papelbon.
Papelbon has always said he prided himself in being a second-half pitcher. Staying strong, so he's good right to the end of the season. Yesterday marked the second time this season that he has had to save a game of more than an inning.
Too much time.
The Red Sox have done a good job of keeping his pitch counts down and his innings down, and that's why he's been so fresh. Hey, in this situation against this guy, you better be sure that you are on the same page with your catcher. And that's why Papelbon is going to refresh Victor Martinez what he wants to do, exactly what he wants to do to the league's home run hitter.
Back in the seventh inning against Felix Dubron. A hard booming home run into the bullpen. And above the bullpen, his 35th home run of the season. No balls and a strike. Nothing like it. Power against power.
Love it. That's what it's all about. He actually missed his spot. Wanted to go inside and try and tie him up, but he missed.
0-2. 1 out. Check swing tapper towards second. Lowry has it. Bautista's retired. Snyder moves to third, but there are 2 down.
Looked like Papelbon when he was talking to Victor Martinez said, if I'm going to get beat, I'm going to go with my hard stuff. And he really challenged Bautista that time.
Blue Jays are down to their last out. Aaron Hill has just missed a couple of home runs here tonight. way outside, 97. Tonight, the Jays are just 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They've stranded 7 base runners. Like that splitter, and Hill went around. It's a ball and a strike. Boy, that is a hard, late-breaking split-finger pitch.
It certainly is, and it looks like a fastball. As a hitter, you're expecting fastball 1-0. He drops that bad boy on you. Tough to hold off of it.
Hill with 2 home runs on Saturday. Fly ball, right field, not deep. This should do it. Drew makes the catch. Papelbon picks up his 24th straight save against the Blue Jays. David Ortiz with a couple of doubles tonight. A couple of solo home runs. J.D. Drew and Mike Lowell. Lowell had 2 RBIs on the night. Papelbon picks up the save, and the Red Sox have taken the opener. They win it 7-5. Stay tuned for Connected.